texting is one of the easiest ways to flirt. Do it right and you will have her begging to get to know you more. But if you send her one of these 7 texts, which I'm about to tell you, then you might as well kiss her goodbye, because any one of these 7 texts are the biggest turnoff to any woman out there. I'm Renee Slansky for The Attractive Man, and it's my job as your dating coach to help you become the most confident and desirable man that you can possibly be. And one of the simplest ways to do that is know how to text a girl properly. But the problem is a lot of you guys are sending the wrong text messages and wondering why these women are going cold on you. So let's jump into texting school right now so that we can make sure that you don't send any of these 7 text messages. Number 7, one-word text. There's nothing worse when you feel that you're connecting with a guy or you're really attracted to him and you start a conversation and then he responds with one word or one letter like K or Y or WBU, which stands for what about you? Guys, if you can't put any effort into actually responding with full sentences, then our guess is that you're not really interested in us or you're not very intelligent. In fact, I've even had clients come to me with a series of text messages asking me to decipher all those anagrams. We aren't teenagers, and just because we have the convenience of being able to text someone, it doesn't mean that we get lazy with our conversational skills through that text. If you can't actually respond to our messages with proper sentences or more than one word instead of just great, thanks, fine, then what we're going to do is we're going to actually assume that you're not really interested in us and we're going to start to put our energy elsewhere. Now, the last thing that you want to do is start writing an essay and freak her out. But if you want to come across as somebody who is interested in her and you actually do want to get to know about her, then the best way to find that balance between writing enough and not too much is essentially imagine you're actually having a face-to-face conversation with her. How would you speak to her if she was right there in front of you? Chances are you would ask questions. You wouldn't actually just do one-word answers. You would make sure the conversation was engaging and leading somewhere so that you had a really positive result. What you want to do is match her conversational style and length in your own sort of way so that you can still remain you, but communicate to her that you are literally on the same page when it comes to talking. Now, if you want to know the next no-go zone text messages not to send her, then I need you to subscribe to our channel right now and give us a big thumbs up as I am about to reveal them right now. Number 6, boring texts. Now, these are the sort of text messages that don't really excite us because they either go nowhere or basically you're just kind of talking about stuff that really doesn't make you come across as the most interesting sort of guy. For example, if she says to you, "Hi, how you doing?" and you just write back, "Oh, not much." Or if she says to you, "So, what are your plans this weekend? I've decided that I'm going to go to the festival down the road. Is that something that you're interested in?" And you're just writing something like, "Oh, cool. Sounds good." Or if you open the conversation with, "Hey, what's up?" or "cool," or "let's hang," then you're going to really come across as somebody that doesn't seem to have much to say. You see, women are obviously attracted to your physical appearance first, just like you guys are attracted to our physical appearance first. But the difference is with women is they actually crave conversation. They want to know that they can actually build some sort of rapport with you and feel that they can connect with you purely because you can have a really invigorating sort of conversation. Now, another example of a really boring text would be something along the lines where you go into such intricate detail about nothing, like, "Oh, I bought some new shoelaces today and they're blue shoelaces, but they don't go with my red shoes, and that's why I decided to get blue shoelaces. What do you think about blue shoelaces? Oh, by the way, I think that green apples are really nice." You get the gist. The texts that are boring are either so short that they're not really inviting any sort of conversation that is ongoing, or they're so long that there's absolutely no point to it at all and you're kind of just babbling along. The trick is always to be hinting at some sort of excitement and adventure so that you're evoking some questions out of her and making sure that the conversation that you have is stimulating and flirtatious. For example, you could write, "Hey, I actually had a great day. I managed to rescue a kitten from a burning building. You know, just casual sort of Friday. How about you?" Okay, obviously that didn't happen, and if it did, wow, you're a hero. But what it does is it actually shows that you're creative, you're fun, it's going to get a giggle out of her, and it's definitely going to get a response. Number 5. pics. Okay, let's just set the record straight right now. Never in the history of phones and texting has a woman ever wanted you to send her a picture of your unless she asks for it. Don't ever do it. It does not make us want to have sex with you, and what it does is it sends 4 messages. 1, that that's all you want. 2, that you have no respect for women. 3, that you have a massive ego and you're trying to prove something. And 4, that you've probably sent that picture to every other person. In fact, I actually had a client to me who told me that she was dating a guy and he sent her a picture of his. The problem is that he'd actually also dated one of her friends that he didn't know about a couple of months before, and he'd actually sent the same picture to her as well. If you want to flirt and increase and escalate the chemistry via text, then do so with your words and questions and verbal banter rather than your appendage. A great way to send a sexy picture is with you working out, or maybe showing your muscles, or maybe having a little bit of sweat, or being in the water. Unless she's asked to see a picture of you naked, do not even entertain the thought that she wants you to send her one. If you want to get a woman attracted to you via messaging, then all you have to do is simply send her a simple message saying that you are thinking about her, and then add a compliment to it on the end. For example, hey, I was thinking about you today. I really missed your smile. This is going to work way more better than sending her a picture of your. Number 4, your life story texts. Guys, a simple way to turn us off is sending us your whole entire life story and history through a text. If you go too full on too soon when you're still getting to know us and you're still trying to win us over, we're basically going to think that you are not ready, that you're going to be too clingy, or that you have too much baggage. I always say to my female clients and my male clients that it's a kind of a no-go zone that you talk about your exes or your full-on life history in the first couple of dates. Why? Because it's not necessary. You want to just cover the surface level things first before you get deep and meaningful with somebody. We want some mystery and chase when we're dating you, just like you guys do as well. And if you start to overshare the issues that are going on in your world or in your past, then it's going to make us feel that you really have a lot of baggage that you haven't actually dealt with. A good way to be able to communicate that maybe you're having a rough sort of time is simply texting something along the lines of, hey, yeah, I had a little bit of a rough day today, but you know what? I think I'll be okay, especially now that I've heard from you. What that does is it communicates to her that maybe you're not in the best spirits without actually going full on into depths, and you've actually turned the conversation into a compliment towards her at the same time. Now, I'm not taking away from the fact that maybe you need help and it's okay to talk about problems. I think men and women should feel comfortable to be able to be vulnerable with each other, but there is a time and a place to be able to do that in certain phases when you're dating somebody. And the best way to do it is actually face to face, not actually through a text message. Number 3, argumentative texts. I once dated a guy, and seriously, it was like it was his thing to always go opposite of whatever it is I was saying. For example, I would say to him, hey, it's great weather today, perfect for a swim. And he would immediately say, no, it's not. It's going to rain. I would never swim in this weather. Or I would say things like, oh, when you think about that band that played on Sunday night, I thought they were really great. No, they're not my type of band. I think this band is so much better. Guys, it's one thing to create verbal sort of banter, which can be really kind of fun because it shows that, you know, you're a little bit of a challenge and you're able to offer some excitement. But if you are constantly trying to disagree with everything she says every single time, it's going to become really exhausting, and we're basically going to see you as someone that has some sort of aggression problem, or that you just aren't somebody who knows how to create peace in your life. I think it's great if you can state what your opinion is, and I don't believe that you have to agree with everything that she's saying. It's important to remain true to who you are. But at the same time, let's make sure that any sort of texting between each other is full of positivity, not necessarily always full of conflict. Now, if you want to create that balance between causing a bit of a stir, but at the same time not totally coming across as a jerk, then maybe use a text message along more of the lines of, hey, I hope that you're not one of those cat people, because I'm not sure if we're going to be able to come to a compromise, because my dog Fido is my best mate. As opposed to saying anyone that likes cats cats shouldn't be allowed to be on the earth. I'm a dog person, and anybody that doesn't like dogs doesn't fit into my life. That's obviously going to get two different types of reactions. Do you want a reaction that actually makes her think, hey, I'm not going to go there? Or do you want a reaction that actually gets a laugh out of her? Number 2, emoji overload texts. Alright, I think emojis are a great little thing that you can add into text to increase the amount of flirting. For example, writing something along the lines of, hey, I was thinking about you today, full stop, as opposed to, hey, I was thinking about you today, winky face, sends a completely different message. The second one is obviously a little bit more cheeky. However, the moment that you start putting too many emojis into the conversation, it comes across as a little bit childish or that you're a little bit of a sap. This isn't a game of Pictionary. Whilst a couple of emojis in the right places are great, having multiple colored hearts and kisses and things that just aren't really kind of appropriate in that moment isn't going to make us feel that you're actually ready to have a serious dating relationship with us. And remember, if you get stuck in any point when you're actually texting a girl and you're not sure if you should add an emoji or you shouldn't, then what I suggest, as I said in the other point, is remember that you're having a face-to-face conversation with her. It's just through a screen. Would you insert an emoji? Would you wink at her in this moment? If you're not sure, then don't add anything. And lastly, number 1, blacklisted worded texts. We need to talk about those blacklisted words or phrases that you should never text a girl. And I literally tell my male clients this because sometimes they text their girls things and it has a complete opposite response of what it is that they want. So here they are right now. Calling a girl mate. This is a sure way to make a woman feel incredibly masculine and that she is being friend-zoned. We are not your bros. We are women that you are wanting to date. My friend. Unless you want to friend-zone yourself, don't ever refer to a girl in a text message as your friend. Hot stuff. Okay, we're not 12 or 13 anymore, and hot stuff is so 90s, and it's something that isn't really appropriate if you're wanting to come across as a classy man who knows how to woo a woman because you're a grown-up. Try to stick to words more like beautiful or lovely, mature sort of words that actually show that you're not really making it sexualized, which is what hot stuff comes across as, but rather you're trying to give her a compliment in a grown-up sort of manner. Hang out. Monkeys hang out, not guys who want to get the girl. And I remember I had a client and he used to text girls all the time, do you want to hang out? Hang out. And I said to him, that word is banned. The moment that he banned that word from any of his text messages or conversations with girls is the moment that his dating game started to level up. Actually ask her out. Do you want to spend time with me? I would love to take you on a date. The word hangout is banned. Short words like K, lol, any of those sort of kind of anagram text, which what I talked about in the very first point, really make you come across again a little bit immature, that you don't have any sort of meaningful conversation to add and that you're kind of just not that serious. Again, if you're not really sure what to say, then say less. Otherwise, use fully formed words and sentences every single time. And lastly, the word babe or gorgeous or sexy. Now, there are appropriate times to actually call a girl this, and this is one of those kind of in-between grey sort of blacklisted words. I had a guy on Tinder once. From the moment he had a conversation with me, he instantly called me babe. Hey babe, how you going? You don't know me, I don't know you. And remember, you don't want to come across too strong when you start to initiate a conversation with a girl, especially if she doesn't even know if she wants to go on a date with you. Make her feel safe right from the first couple of texts. And the way to do that is call her by her name. Say, hey Stacey, how was your day? As opposed to, hey babe, how you going? Or, hi Stacey, hope you had a great Friday, what are you up to? As opposed to, hey gorgeous, hope that you had a great day, what are you up to? We want to be complimented and we want to be called sexy, gorgeous and babe, but at the right time, once we've actually gotten to know you a bit more and we've actually met you face to face. Once again, guys, if you really struggle with texting and you're not really sure what to say or what to do, then imagine that you are having that face-to-face conversation, because it will help put you in that position of, should I say this? What would her response be? But if you really struggle, then what I want you to do is to download our free texting cheat sheet. It has 20 proven texts to get the girl, as well as an actual texting sort of, I guess, conversation that we want you to follow so that you can ask her on a date and to know what to text her when she doesn't respond back. To get that free texting cheat sheet, all you need to do is click the description in the bio below or the image on the screen. All right, guys, now your homework for this week is I want you to share one of those text messages in the comments down below that got the right sort of response. Sharing is caring, and we're a community here all about helping each other. In the meantime, I'm Renee Slansky for the Attractive Man team. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give us a big thumbs up. Until next time, bye.